Hey everybody, I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and today we have another virtual tour of a dealership. So today we're going to be looking at Manhattan Motorcars. They have so many different brands as part of their collection in New York City. So let's take a look. So Manhattan Motorcars is obviously in downtown Manhattan, right on the island. So as we zoom in here, obviously there's not a lot of space for car dealerships in New York City, but they managed to do a pretty cool job with it. So just quickly, we'll drop down on the street, see what we can see on the outside before going inside. So it looks like we have an ultraviolet Porsche 911 GT3 RS, one of my favorites. So they have the kind of like the whole Porsche area of their dealership here. And then as we move around, let's see, still more Porsche. But down here we have Bentley and some good looking cars in there, as well as Lamborghini, which is pretty cool because we can see an Aventador SVJ right there, the latest version of the Aventador. Super cool. It looks like they also have a Bugatti dealership here. So let's jump right inside. So here we are inside Manhattan Motorcars. So they actually have two locations. So this is the first location that we'll be looking at. And we're starting in the Porsche section. So I wanted to quickly make our way over here to this Porsche 911 Turbo S. Look at the color on this thing. Absolutely amazing. Looks awesome with the black rims and the yellow brakes. I don't know the exact color of this, but I think it looks pretty cool. We'll continue to make our way over here with the Panamera, the four-door, and then we have a 911 Targa. Pretty cool with the Targa roof. Looks like another 911 of some sort. I'm not familiar with all my models, but as you may have seen, there's the Porsche 918 Spyder right over here, part of the Holy Trinity. There's only 918 of these in the world. As I kind of mentioned in my previous videos, we've seen a couple of other ones. This one does not have the Visac package because the roof and the mirrors are the body color, as well as the wing and some other carbon features, but still looks pretty amazing. It's actually pretty rare to see one of these cars now at Porsche dealerships, other than like for service, because a lot of them are sold to other like exotic car dealerships that specialize in those super high-end cars. But it's cool to see that there's one here in Manhattan Motorcars in New York. So there's a really cool look at that. But we'll continue our way through here. So Manhattan Motorcars actually has quite a few different brands. Porsche, Rolls-Royce, Bugatti, Bentley, Lamborghini, Lotus, Koenigsegg, BAC, Glickenhaus, and Rimac. So they have quite the selection here. We'll see here that there's still a Cayenne, another 911 it looks like, but this is pretty cool for the first level. There's just some offices and stuff on the other levels, but we won't go look at those right now because we're here to see the cars. So let's look at those. So we'll make our way through here to the rest of this section of this dealership. So next we're at Bentley. This is pretty cool because they're actually going to let us sit in this Continental GT convertible. I love the black with the gray with the black rims and the tan interior. I think it looks pretty cool. So let's see if we can get in here. So if you've never sat in a Bentley before, like myself, this is what it looks like. Pretty nice. Perfect leather. Seat belts look like they match the leather. And it's a convertible, so I mean, look how cool this is. But we'll continue to move on so this doesn't last too long. Obviously some offices. Looks like a little area where you can pick out some colors and some leather. We got some more Continentals. Looks like a flying spur. Another Continental convertible. And they're actually going to let us sit in the Bentayga here, which is their SUV. So look how cool this is. And it has the newer steering wheel, which is also on the new Bentley Continental convertible. It wasn't on the one we just sat in. I like it a lot better. It looks, clean and refreshed compared to the older models, but it's got the back seat, a beautiful sunroof, and just a lot of space. So if you're a little bit bigger family, you want some more room in your Bentley, this is for you. But we'll continue to move on. Just want to point out that even though I'm not a fan of white cars, that spec looks pretty cool. The white with the black and the red interior is pretty popular among car enthusiasts as far as speccing their colors. So we will continue on even farther to Lamborghini next. Just down the row. They have an Aventador. This looks like it could be a special edition. I'm not exactly sure if it is or not, but it looks pretty cool. Let's see, does it say? If we can get closer. Hey, we can even get in. How about that? We'll be able to sit in an Aventador. I think the steering wheel looks a little outdated. I wish they would have been able to fix that, but this center cockpit makes up for it. Definitely inspired by like a fighter jet. All these carbon fiber and switches and buttons. It looks pretty cool. I mean, just look at this. Of course, it's so cool that the doors open like that. The Aventador is the only Lamborghini of the current models that do that. The Huracan does not, unfortunately. The Centenario did, and some of their other models do, but the Huracan does not, which is unfortunate. But so here's a Huracan coupe. This is the 580-4. You can kind of tell that because on that model, the scoops here in the front connect back up to the hood area, where on some of the other models like the 610, they do not. As you can see here, that's a good way to tell those apart. This is the Spyder, and that one's the coupe. It looks like you got a nice bar area. So if you're in here, buying a Lamborghini, they'll make you feel special. This also looks like a special edition Lamborghini Aventador. I'm not sure which one it is, but this is definitely not your average Aventador, which is pretty cool. Also with the Aventador Roadster that I forgot to mention, I believe the top, you can obviously take it off, but I believe that you can store it in the front trunk. So I think that's pretty cool. Let's see, as we continue on, do they have anything more over here? This is kind of their service area. Looks like another 911 of some sort, some more Porsches, just some more rooms. But then we'll continue to make our last stop at this location, which is the Bugatti section. It's pretty cool to see a Bugatti dealership with an actual Bugatti in it, because there's a lot of dealerships but a very limited number of cars, so there's not that many for sale, and thus not that many at actual Bugatti dealerships. But this is pretty cool, and this is a first generation Bugatti, so it's 16.4. You can kind of tell by the wheels and the styling of the headlights and the fact that it's a coupe. But pretty cool. This one's actually for sale on their website, so when we take a quick look at their inventory, we'll be able to see this. This is a pretty standard Bugatti showroom. This is the first one I've actually toured virtually, so we can get a good feel for this. Looks very similar to what their headquarters look like in France. So we'll continue to make our way around. to see if we can get on the side. They're not going to let us sit in, but they kindly open the door so we can get a nice good view of the inside. Absolute timeless car. No electronic screens. There's some digital, but most things are analog, which makes this car seem less dated and more timeless than a lot of other modern cars, which I like. Obviously, there's this huge wing that's kind of up on the back. That's not always up. That changes based on the dynamics of the car and what kind of driving mode you're in, but it looks pretty cool. So I think we'll end this leg of the tour staring at this car, and we'll make our way to the next location. Alright, so I actually decided, out of the sake of time, to split this video into 2 different parts based on the 2 different locations of the dealership. So there will be a second part of the video following this one. It'll be uploaded very shortly afterwards, and so it should appear up here at the end of the video. If you wouldn't mind, I would really appreciate it if you could like, comment, and subscribe. It'd mean a lot to me to get some feedback from you guys, see if you're enjoying this, and see if there's anything else that you would like to see. So please stay tuned. Please watch part 2. We see some more epic cars in that, and I can't wait to show you, as well as going over some of the inventory that Manhattan Motorcars has. Definitely worth it. So let's watch part 2.